Welcome to the She Makes Africa podcast, powered by the AWEC Alumni Network. Across Africa, women entrepreneurs are driving the continent's growth, making up 58% of Africa's business founders. Yet the journey of entrepreneurship is often a path filled with both triumphs and trials. It can be a lonely road, but women are rising above these challenges, building resilience, and turning struggles into success. In this podcast, we bring you inspiring stories from African women entrepreneurs who are paving the way for others. Join us over the next 15 to 20 minutes as we explore their journeys of perseverance, growth, and empowerment. We hope their stories ignite your passion and encourage you to keep pushing forward.
Welcome to this episode of the She Makes Africa podcast. My name is Priska Mofunde. I am part of the AWEC community. I was in cohort 4, and my company name is the Maker Club, which is an edtech enterprise specializing in STEM literacy for young people. And hosting with me today is my friend Frida. Frida, could you introduce yourself to everyone?
Thank you, Priska. Hi, everyone. I'm Frida Muyambo. I have recently founded a company called Hulu Consulting, which focuses mainly on skills development in project management, because we want to make an impact in the mining and infrastructure sectors within Zimbabwe, where I'm based, and beyond.
So today we have a special guest from the AWEC community. We have invited her to share specifically about a journey to a major business milestone and to tell us a little bit about her business and what led her to become an entrepreneur. So over to you.
Okay, thank you, Frida and Priska. Thank you. My name is Benedette Onukwuba. I'm a founder of Terminal 7 Travel and Tours. I finished from AWEC as in cohort 4. I'm based in Lagos. So it's been an interesting journey way back in 2006 when I served as a ticketing and reservation agent for a different airline, then Virgin Nigeria. So friends and families will usually make requests of me to make booking, which I did delightfully. But fast forward, I realized that I have this knack to serve, to just by sending you your reservation and you saying thank you and showing appreciation was just good enough for me. That delighted me. So when I found that knack, sometime my family was going to relocate from the major office, mainland, where we were living close to the airport where I was working. I now realized that there's no way I could be commuting all the way to the airport. I just needed to start something, and keep busy. And that was how the journey of Terminal 7 started. My husband got me a laptop, and just by my dining, I would do the same thing for family and friends, book their flight, send to them. And then this time I needed to charge a little, So fast forward, started with a staff, joined AWEC, and wow, AWEC blew my mind that, there is a right way to do it and increase growth capacity, and be able to impact on people as well as impact on the business. After AWEC, we began to expand. So basically, we do ticketing and reservation, hotel booking for clients. We do visa service, visa support service, protocol service, and that's it.
Wow, that is really incredible. Benny, you sound like someone who literally rolls with the waves and seasons that life brings. So what you're saying is that your business came out of, something that you just happened to do, and when your family situation changed, you had to move, it just went full time and literally grew its own legs to carry you to where you are today. And you know something,
Yeah.
think it's encouraging and inspirational because many times I think people look at entrepreneurs and they think I could never start something, but we've all started from somewhere. Please, could you share about your AWEC journey and what are the 2 top things you learned on the program that have significantly impacted your business? You know, were there any key takeaways, as they always ask?
There were plenty takeaways. So I'll start by the mind-blowing connect with over initially 200 women, but by the time we graduated, we connected with other alumni members, which I believe they are up to 1,000. Okay, the accountability system in AWEC, you know, the training also builds confidence and courage. And of course, I can't forget the vision board and a lot of other programs we held, the time management program that, you know, most of us, it blew our mind to realize that we're spending so much time on social media, WhatsApp, and all of that. And that was a kind of eye-opener for us to be able to adjust our time and for things that matter. Okay, but I'll just stay with one, the accountability system makes you deliver on your goal because, I mean, there are marks to be earned. There is a time limit to deliver your project. There are deadlines to meet. You know, so something that ordinarily as a CEO, you relax and do things at your pace. So AWEC program actually, you know, trained us to realize that there's a time limit and you must meet it. And if not, you lose marks. So, and you don't want to lose marks. So those things kept me on my toes and helped imbibe in me, you know, even with my staff now, we have to set goals. I tell them we have to deliver on this date and, you know, so we don't just throw things to chance, right? The accountability system was great because without accountability system, you find out that as an entrepreneur, anything goes. You just seem to be moving at your pace. So at your comfort zone, which doesn't deliver excellence, so to speak, or doesn't bring you to that expected goal at the right time, okay? The other thing again was relating with the other AWEC fellows, the other women. There was this naturalness. You know, the beginning of the program, you know, they taught us how to be able to assess or give feedback in a very constructive way. So you're not judging the other person, you're not condemning. So you first of all start from the positive aspect of it, and then identify what needs to be done and make suggestion, not just criticizing, you know. So that for me is a very constructive way of relating with people, because now, even with my team, normally before AWEC, I would just tell you off and tell you what you're doing wrong as if I'm perfect, right? But now I'll first of all praise you, tell you you're good, pinpoint what I think you have done well, right? And then I'll let you know that, however, you can still do better. And I see that with that kind of feedback to my team members, it makes them feel good. It makes them more productive. They are happy to come to me. They don't feel condemned. I think that's and I think it speaks to emotional intelligence. I think that's one of the greatest things that AWEC did for me, which every CEO should learn, because you can't deliver on your own. You need team members and you need motivated people, okay? Some of them even, I remember the last time there was a team member who was complaining about, she barely joined, although she's just an intern. So I got a report that she was complaining, you know, about joining starting in the morning to maybe clean and all of that. You know, initially I was upset. I'm like, even me, I come in, I join them to clean, keep the office clean, tidy. Quick doesn't take more than 10 minutes. So who are you and all of that? But thinking back, that feedback thing I've learned, I didn't even mention it. Rather, I kept on reinforcing to that particular team member that, you know what, you're good in this area, you can do. I focus on the task. And today, the lady is more, in fact, today when she came in and found out other people weren't around, she was more than willing to even clean up, start, tidying up the office before others join. So that feedback section has a way of, creating that emotional intelligence and helping others, bring out the best in others.
More after the break. This is the She Makes Africa podcast, brought to you by the AWEC Alumni Network. We are here to build a community for African women entrepreneurs. If you have a story to tell, share it with us. Also, if you know a sister who could benefit from the AWEC program, encourage her to sign up and make a difference. Subscribe to our podcast on YouTube or on Spotify for podcasters if you would like to help us expand our reach. Like, share, comment. Thank you for listening.
I can definitely see how the AWEC program has contributed to the success.
A lot. And if I have time, I will just mention the vision board, which helped me to. I was able to realize that really one of the things, my takeaway at the end of the program was that our business needs to make an impact. It's not just about making revenue, earning money, and there has to be an impact in the community where you stay. And that kept me thinking. So during the vision board section we had in Kenya, I realized that, I can actually, through my business, impact in young girls. So I can say that the AWEC journey has been a great one. It has helped me grow capacity and the accountability system. The feedback section, which for me is the most impactful because impacting on my team, it has a way of coming back to the business. They bring out their best in doing their work. And then the vision board leads me in creating or working towards a new goal, which is Impact Girl, which is something I wrote in my LinkedIn write-up. You need to go and read that.
No, definitely. And I'd also encourage those who are listening to look for you and LinkedIn. At the end, you'll be able to share your LinkedIn details so that they can go and look. But just listening to what you said, it's very clear that your AWEC journey has had a massive, massive impact on how you are conducting business, and not just the business itself, but even how you as the CEO of the business are working with your people. And like you said, without people, then you can't really have a business. And I'd just like to just reinforce what you mentioned about the AWEC community. The privilege of being part of a community of over 1,000 women spread out across Africa, and being able to leverage all of that wisdom and the accountability you were talking about, and the systems that the program puts together to support women entrepreneurs. Absolutely amazing, and really inspiring to hear how you have put it to work and are seeing results in your own business. So I would love to know, what is your next big goal? So you mentioned that in Kenya, during the vision boarding, you were inspired for just taking your business out of revenue into impact. So what's the next big thing for you?
Okay, for me, it's the Impact Girls, right? So leaving AWEC, that need to make impact, no matter how small, mine is, ours is a business of just a team of 4 full staff, and we have 3 interns. But as small as it is, it's already, I see myself, putting together, supporting, empowering young young, vulnerable women at that, to be able to gain their full potential and make impact on them, okay? So, for instance, I have a young lady that I noticed in my church, she finished her AWEC and was just wondering, of course, coming from a humble background, she wasn't sure how she was going to navigate through higher institution and all of that. And by the way, I had been thinking about how to really reach out to young people and help them gain skills, right? My kind of business, or our kind of business, the travel business, is actually looking for small and medium growing entrepreneurs at the lower ladder of the business who help people book their travels and all of that and advise them. A good number of them not very skilled, So I said to myself that with the knowledge of travel services I have, I could actually train young people to equip them, with basic knowledge of course, Microsoft Office, travel, basic ticketing training, and get them to support other small and medium CEOs who are into our kind of business. And so I pick up this young girl in the church, and she was very willing and ready to be mentored. So she was also ready to work as in my office. So I started mentoring her, training her on clerical roles, basic invoicing, expenses, bookkeeping in the office. She would, by the way, come in early, clean and keep the office tidy, and then run basic errands, go to the bank, blah, 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 and with small income. She was very happy, okay? But 1 year down the line, apart from this basic knowledge, she became more confident from just the hands-on training she received in the office, from learning on the job, so to speak. We will give her basic flights to book, to check for us when clients made requests and all of that. And she was able to do all those things. So that gave her some confidence and saved some money. By next October, she will be joining, or rather, she was able to gain admission, not just admission in one of the prestigious university, a scholarship through our mentorship, through my mentorship and support she got, and the connection with other partners in schools. She got admission to read mass communication in Pan Atlantic University. Is one of the high-end schools in Lagos. The tuition is up to 17.5 million naira, which is about $13,000 to $14,000. So she was very excited. Not just that she gained the admission, but she was able to get scholarship through our support. Imparting in this one soul, for me, it gives me so much fulfillment that really, if I can do it for this one person, we can actually put structures in place and expand it and get to reach out to more girls. And girls in particular, because it is said that when you educate a man, you educate a man. But if you educate a girl, you educate a nation, you educate a community, So this has been very exciting for me. In October, by next month, October 5th, she'll be resuming. By the way, she was able to pay part of the basic things fee that she needed to pay, which was just a very slim amount, compared to the fees, from part of the savings she made while working. Because I insisted you have to save up some of this, even though it's small, save up, while I gave her just a little, So that for me is the next big thing, having to impact on more young girls to have skill, basic computer training, be able to offer their services to smaller businesses, earn a bit, and continue with their education or their career.
That's wonderful. I really love what you said, and I can't even word it the way you said it, maybe when I re-listen to the recording, but if you can make an impact in one woman, because this is about, changing communities. You've literally impacted an entire community. And so
Yes.
community, Benny has shared her story of how she achieved, moving her business out of the revenue phase into making an impact. And, she has talked about her next level with so much passion, your next level of making an impact. And that you really want to make a difference to so many women's lives by not only giving them, business and computer skills, but I think what you're really doing is giving them life skills. So, Benny, I thank you so much for sharing your
Thank you,
business, your
Frida.
skills, and essentially your heart. I am truly inspired, and I'm sure Priska will completely agree with me on that one.
No, definitely. The story you shared is just absolutely amazing. And I was just thinking that if each of the over 1,000 women in AWEC was to take just one other woman under their wing, the impact that would have over the continent is just incredible. So I hope your story inspires our community as much as it's inspired Frida and I listening to it. And so I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you for sharing your heart. Thank you for sharing your story. And thank you to our audience for taking time to listen. If you have any key takeaways, any comments, anything you'd like to share with Benny, please leave your comments in the comment section below. And we'd also be really keen to understand what action you've been inspired to take from listening to Benny's story. So once again, thank you. Thank you, Benny. And thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Priska Mofunde, Frida Muyambo. You guys are doing amazing work. God bless you. God bless AWEC.
Once again, thank you very much for joining the She Makes Africa podcast, brought to you through the efforts of the AWEC Alumni Network. Until next time, let's collaborate